680's Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, the lawsuit being brought against PC leader Doug Ford by Renata Ford is the latest bombshell in the election campaign. But while nothing has been proven in court, lawyers you're talking to say these sorts of allegations are all too common when it comes to family businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. They say they see it all the time. So, of course, the big story of the day with Renata Ford suing Doug Ford, alleging that he's deprived her and her children of billions of dollars, including depriving them of shares in the family business. So Doug Ford denying all of this, but indeed employment lawyers I'm talking to say they see this all the time with family businesses.
What can happen, and I've certainly seen happen over the years, is that the people that are kind of running the business want to own the business because they think that they're working for it, or they just want complete control, and they try to edge out either the silent partner, the widow of, in this case. It's not like it's never happened before.
What did you think of the suit when you read it over?
Well, I thought it was a well-drafted claim. I thought it was quite clear. I thought there were lots of sort of specific facts. I mean, at some point in the statement of claim, the plaintiff alleges, Renata Ford alleges that, the company lost $1.147 million or whatever it was, and those are very specific things to plead, as opposed to over the last 10 years Deco lost millions of dollars. It was quite specific.
Francis, as far as what typically happens next in these situations, the defendants usually put out a statement refuting the claims, and then it's up to one party or another to settle. If they don't, it would go to trial, and that actually could take years if it ends up going to trial.
Okay. Well, a new report finds a huge number of marijuana users will switch to the legal alternative once it's available this year, and they also plan to spend a lot of money on the drug.
Yeah, a lot of money, and this is big because there's questions about how much money is going to go to the black market, how much money to the legal market. But Deloitte found that 2/3 will switch to buying it legally when it's available. Most expect to use it more often. Those that are users right now say they expect to see their consumption rise, and they expect to spend about 70% more on the drug once it's legal. Legal marijuana, Deloitte finds, will generate $4.34 billion in sales next year. That's among the highest estimates we've seen. As a result, a lot of the cannabis stocks on Bay Street moved higher today, Francis. And coming up on Thursday, the Canadian Senate will be voting on this legalization bill. So a lot on the go with this issue.
More trouble for Canada's oldest retailer. Hudson's Bay shares sink as the company reports a bigger than expected loss.
Yeah, $400 million loss in its last quarter in the last 3 months for HBC, Francis. What's more, the company says it's preparing to shut up to 10 of its Lord & Taylor stores in the United States, including the iconic flagship Lord & Taylor on 5th Avenue. HBC, of course, facing a lot of the issues that these sort of big box retailers are facing. And consumers now, they like discounts. They like luxury, but these sort of one-stop shops like Hudson's Bay, they're struggling. Last year, HBC announced it would cut 2,000 jobs in an effort to trim hundreds of millions of dollars in annual costs. The stock down 1.5% on Bay Street, Francis.
So Egypt is spending massive money to construct a huge museum, which will be the definitive place to go for ancient Egyptian artifacts. What can we see there?
This could be your next summer vacation, Francis. $1 billion is what it's going to cost.
Wow.
$1 billion museum. This is them constructing it right now. It's right at the foot of the pyramids there. It's called the Grand Egyptian Museum, expected to open at the end of the year. 5.2 million square foot structure, large glass fronts, going to be, of course, home to all sorts of artifacts, including the 30-foot-high statue of Ramses II. It's also going to be a place to preserve these artifacts. One of the largest conservation centers in the world is going to be in here. It's a big move as well by the government of Egypt to try and bring tourists back. Tourism has really fallen off a cliff there since the Arab Spring in 2011, Francis.
And people are going to go. If they're going to go visit the pyramids, they're going to go next door.
Going to go to that, absolutely, yeah.
We also know where Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un will be meeting, and it's a very swanky luxury hotel.
They might be doing some diplomacy at the swim-up bar, it looks like, Francis. This is where they're going to have their historic summit in Singapore. The Capella Hotel on the Sentosa Island. 32 acres it sits on, has 112 rooms, including villas and suites. It's not clear exactly where Trump and Kim Jong-un will stay in the hotel, but reports have indicated that the North Korean leader desires a suite, must have a suite, and the U.S. government reportedly, U.S. government actually set to pay for that. As far as what rooms cost there, Francis, they start at $600 Canadian and go up from there. Nice little infinity. What's that?
to steal for Trump.
Steal for Trump. A nice little infinity pool to do some diplomacy in.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to have to bring their own food testers.
That's right. We can do that. I'll volunteer.
No, I will not do that. Too risky.
I'll roll the dice. I'll roll them.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Nice trip there.
Okay, good luck with that, Richard. We hope to see you again soon.
Dennis Rodman is going. That was the big news breaking as well from the New York Post. Dennis Rodman will be there in attendance. So it's going to be quite the summit in Singapore.
Wow. Okay. Unbelievable. Thank you, Richard.